Namaskar. Even as the music adjusts to itself and you adjust to me, we are going to engage in a conversation today about when the intelligent Arty met me. So, it is gender agnostic, but just to avoid any confusion, and since I am where I am, Arty happens to be a she for this morning. Could be a he too. So if it's a he for you, knock off the S. For me, she remains a she. And that intelligent Arty, meeting her will be truly, truly amazing. In fact, that's the reason that I'm here, because, next moment I'm going to meet her, and there is this air of anticipation about meeting her. I mean, she's somebody who's not been around for a while, but yes, she has been around, and I have known of her. She's really intelligent, for starters. So I'm very clear if there is someone who is intelligent, whom I've liked, it's going to be amazing for the rest of the life, because I actually intend to spend the rest of the life with her. It'll be amazing. Yeah. Or will it? Because there are naysayers in this relationship of ours. It's not that everybody agrees that it's going to be amazing. There are some naysayers who say that, will it? Will she be a good fit for me? Will she be good for me? Will he be a good fit for you? So, who's thinking of such things? My mother. How many of us have mothers or fathers who think out things for us? A few of us, right? Okay. So my mother is worried. She's worried for my future. She's wondering if Arty, the intelligent Arty, which can also be understood as who could be an intelligent Arty for my future? Somebody who's arty and intelligent? A bot? Could be. So, do you think we are referring to artificial intelligence? Maybe. Probably. Somebody who's really sparkling, intelligent, and artificial. Because she never existed and she got created. He got created by us. So, that is that intelligent Arty. My mother is worried for me. Why? Because she sees me wait, like I'm waiting here, at this platform of life. Quite a few versions of Arty have gone past me. Yeah, one went this way too. But they're not as good as my Arty. My Arty has moved a long way. I remember initially when I was using her, she used to correct my spellings. They used to call it something spell check or something. What is it called? Spell check, right. So, I'm still waiting for her because she's not very good. There was something T3 and something, right? Remember that? T3? That thing, yeah. The T3 keyboard. Everybody knew of it. Now you've forgotten it. That's the funny thing about intelligence. It's bright at one moment and then after a while it becomes passé. We are waiting for the next version of it. So I am waiting for that. And as I'm waiting for her, I know this is going to be amazing. Sometimes it's very interesting when we wait. हम जब इंतजार करते हैं किसी का, the joy is in waiting. Sometimes it doesn't turn out as much of the anticipation that we had while waiting. It doesn't turn out that way, but still the wait is important. But what's very good about her is that I've known her for a while. I have known her for a while. And she's been around me, and she's been one mystery she has been for me. Because each time I say that, can you do this? And she turns out and says, yes, I can. Wow. It's that enigma which has been around me. And I thought that super person, that superwoman, the superman, this woman is doing everything. That's the mystery. And what else can she do, I wonder? And I'm still waiting for her because my version is still getting ready. So she's one version after the other are moving out through that platform, but I'm waiting for my version, the final version. Because truly she has been there for me. She's been choosing things for me. You know what? Over the years that I have known her, she's moved from just suggesting the words that I may be wanting to type. She's come to know some things about me. She already helps me a lot. She tells me a lot of things about me. In fact, sometimes I think Arty understands me totally. Totally. She knows what I love. She knows what I care for. In fact, probably that's one reason that my mother is worried. Mother keeps coming back. Me being the only child of a Bengali mother, even though Ma is there, I know she's looking and she's worried at this moment. So it's that age-old thing of somebody being worried whether this Arty will take over Ashish's life. Ma, don't worry. I'll take care of it. You know why? Because she really knows so much that she even knows what I want. She really knows what I want, Ma. So don't worry about it. In fact, she reads my mind. She tells me what films I like to watch. I watch this film and she suggests the next two around the same lines. I listen to this music. She suggests what other music you may want to listen. I read one book, she suggests 5 other books in that same genre. She does everything for me. She even suggests the best hotels for me. She says, Ashish, I know you love this kind of stuff. She reads my mind. I love it. And Ma is worried. Ma is worried. I wonder why, Ma. Why are you worried? Just because somebody is reading my mind, why should you be worried? You know, she actually knows who's best suited for me. She knows if that person works for me or that person. She knows which job I must take. And she also knows who are not suited for me. So she also tells me what not to do, what I'm not suited for. Sometimes I do get a little concerned because not only is she telling me what things I'm suitable for, she's also telling others what I'm suitable for. There lies the rub. And she's also telling others what I'm not suited for. So there are some things I really want to do and somebody says, I'm sorry, you're not suited for that. I asked them, how do you know that? And they said, Arty told me. Arty's been talking. So in a way, Arty, had she only been working for me, I wouldn't have felt too bad. But these guys also know an Arty. These guys who run these stalls, they have their own Artys and they are telling them, their Arty is telling them certain things about me. So I'm a little concerned. Because they'd say that she intuitively tells them what they need to do. Of course, Arty is also telling me intuitively what I need to do. Arty has also started defining what I need to do with my career, where I need to move. Sometimes I wonder, I said, Arty, listen, I want to do something else. Arty says, no, but you're best suited for this. Keep moving in the direction I'm telling you if you really want to succeed. And guess what? She tells me, not only do I know what you need to be successful, even others I'm telling that this guy may be successful here. Only here? Yes. Arty has a logic to her. And we shall come to it. She also tells me what I don't want to do. What I really don't want to do. Sometimes I want to break some things and she says, no, you don't want to do that. She also tells me where I belong. And she tells others where Ashish belongs. Therefore, when I'm walking through here, people say, what are you doing here, yaar? Well, aap yahan kya kar rahe? I mean, like, one of the biggest things moving through this maze is, so what are you doing here? How come? How come? Because, you know, some Arty told them that this guy doesn't belong here. How has he gotten in here? So there is a key to something here which will follow right at the end. But Arty has been telling me where I belong and where I don't. That's Arty. And Arty is somehow, I'm I'm a little uncomfortable, but more uncomfortable because she takes care of me. So even though I don't really always like the way she's taken over me, I know she takes care of me. She does a lot of things that I never thought I could do on my own. She's actually increased my efficiency. So I'm getting used by someone who is determining a lot of things for me. I'm getting used to being used just because somebody is making life more simple for me. And my mother is worried again. She keeps telling me, Ashish, come on, be yourself. And I say, Ma, don't get worried, don't get paranoid. I have taught her everything. Arty is only doing what I told her to do. She knows what I want because I told her to do. And that's what happens next. I don't need to do many things because I told her these are the things that I want to do. And then I tell Ma, you know what? Arty actually has begun to think for me. And then my mother, who's no more, who's there, she asked me one question. And that question may be asked to each one of us. Can somebody just read out what is here? Can Arty tell you what's your purpose? Aha! That was the interesting one for me. Where I said, Ma, you got a point. That intelligent Arty can do many things that she thinks that I want to do, even the things that I've told her that I want to do. But that is one area that I've still not seen her succeed in, telling me what is my purpose. Because, all the chatbots that if you ask any of those questions, have you ever tried what's your purpose and what answer you get? Have you tried that ever? That's one thing where we stump Arty. I love it as an actor. So I can tell her, Ma, you know what? One thing that she can't do for me is she can't dream for me. Dream. Now for an actor, a person who's been living a dream and creating dreams, the best and the most freeing part of life is that I may dream. Do I need people to believe in my dream at that point? Yes, no? Yes, no? I can't hear you. Yes, no? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they don't see the dream that I see. But what matters is that I dare to see that dream. And I can be assured of one thing, that Arty, as intelligent, as bright, as logical she is, she's one person who can't see my dream, my passion, my purpose. The operative word in that is, each of these sentences is my. And that is what enthuses me about life. That all the people who may give us directions may ask, how do I go there? They will tell us how to go there, but we will ask where we want to go. You know what is bright? Bright. Have you ever considered that bright is when it isn't predictable? The bright. When we say, wow, that's a brilliant idea. Because this person was going here and suddenly say, ta-da! And had he not stopped, he would have just reached here, but he says, yada! So the bright is the unpredictable. The brightness. Consider that is one area repeatedly I have seen Arty not getting. Is it true? No, it isn't. I do surprise her. I break my pattern. I do that, yes. And how many times can you break a pattern for Arty? Yeah? You'll be surprised, I tell you. Actually, you break it once and you know what happens? She learns. You break the pattern and she learns. Now, what is the game available to us? Keep breaking that pattern. That tick tack, tick tack, tick tack, tick tack, tick tack, tick tack, 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 the tick tack, tack, the tick tack, 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 doom, tack, doom, tack, the doom, tack. Try Arty. Arty never captures this. Because what is it that requires from us? What is it that is required when we have to tapung tak, ding, chicken tak? What is required from us? Spontaneity. What else? Creativity. What else? Come again? Audacity. Imagination. You know, very good. Because what is required from us is not being a probability that they can predict. What is available to us is that huge future, which can truly be ours only if we don't dread where we tread. When we are sure that we cannot be sure, that is the predictability that Arty still cannot predict. But she learns, but she is a step behind. Haven't we been throughout our lives, been around people who have predicted us? Oh, so you're a vegetarian. No longer. Really? Oh, you changed. Or I know you love mutton. No, I've given up. Don't you know I don't even take onions. Really? Consider, hey, actor, what are you doing here? You're just an actor. I say, hey, I'm also an actor. I'm also. As my dear friend Abhijit Bhaduri says, a world of and. A world of and. A world of also. For me, what defined me is that I'm also an actor, just like Tata Steel. Do you remember their punchline? We also make steel. हम इस्पात भी बनाते हैं. I discovered I'm also an actor. I broke the predictable thing. And then the entire world is available to me. Not the world which you predict and ask me, how come you're here? No, mother, what are you doing here? No, I'm like, you here, like, why? It doesn't fit. Consider Artis of our world are those square questions which we have been darting anyway throughout our lives. What do? I'm an engineer. Oh, great, engineer. Where do you work? Google. Google. Where do you work? Chawla Enterprises. Didn't fit. That person said you're very bright. What is Chawla Enterprises? What do? I'm an actor. Really, what do you do? We have been throughout our lives, have been going around those square questions that people have posed at us, and we have answered the oblongs or the rhombus that our answer may be. Not because we wanted to be predicted, but we wanted to be what we really want to do. The best thing about those questions, you know what? Is those questions are logical. Have you noticed questions are logical? So after now this thing, so where's your job? Why? Because that's the logic of it, right? So shadi kab kar rahi ho? When are you getting married? Kids? When are you starting? Logic. Just look at the logic of it. Settled? Got a job? Thank God, settled. Really? I'm talking to the HR community. They're saying settled in a job? What are you talking about, actor? You don't get settled in a job. You're just looking for the next one while getting paid here. Yes, no? Consider that is life. We've just built a logic that we're going to be here ever after. Is that any way closer to life? Yes, no? What is life about? Have you considered that? Life is about anything but logic. Logic is something we drive into it. Logic is something Arty is amazing at. And therefore, all that I need to do is to keep the magic alive. Magic. And there is a play on this word. And I love it for that. The magic is in when I beat the logic. Anything that I can repeat, if it's repetitive, Arty can do it better than me. And a huge lot of repetitions, Artis can do better than all of us. But the game is of magic. when we can even surprise ourselves. How many times in our own lives we have become so intelligent that I know I know what I want to do. Have you ever said that about yourself? I know what I want to do. Consider you have become that intelligent Arty for yourself. You know the logic of it. You know what I should be doing next. Magic beats that logic. Because in magic, you're playing with life, you're dancing with it. You're dancing and creating tunes and then dancing again. What I call is fear never inspires. When we are able to actually dance and having that ability to fall in front of anyone and everyone, and still have that ability to keep that jive, keep that spirit, that is when inspiration happens. That's when magic happens. Inspire does anything. Anything. You know, you talk to a person and that person says, I'm inspired. What do you think that person can do? You know, there's a difference between aspiring for. So I have this, and it's very good. It's a wonderful clicker. It works from all distances. So you may aspire to have this. But consider if you inspire people, they will be inspired and do whatever they want. One thing is absolutely clear: when people are inspired, when each one of us is inspired, we are not clones. Because whether we like it or not, Arty in some way is trying to make us a clone of ourselves. Remember what you did last summer? This is exactly what you're going to do next summer. Remember you liked the beachside hotel? This time too there will be a beachside hotel, and that's what is available to us. To surprise her. To surprise them, that's exactly what I told my mother. Ma, I will keep the spirit of alive. The raison d'etre of me being alive is to do anything, to be an expression of my purpose. And my purpose, I'm sorry, I have never been able to put it down. But it's a purpose of when I can light up something for my life, for the life of others. I will keep the spirit of alive. When I live the human magic. So my mother asked me, what is human magic? I said, Ma, I can do anything. I can even go out into the rain and get wet. And you know what my mother told me? She said, I'm worried. And I asked her why. And she said, and when I asked her, Ma, how did you know that I will catch a cold? Ma said, I have gone through each one of your medical reports. Your eosinophil count is high. From the time that you were born till now, your eosinophil count is high. You're prone to so many allergies. I asked her, who told you? She said, Arty. Arty has been even informing my mother about stuff that I should or should not do. But you know, when Ma said, don't do stupid and catch a cold, Ma also added another thing for me. She told me, listen to Arty. Be informed by her. Let her be a guide for you to do something amazing, what you want to do with your life. But remember, people matter. In life, even as we are going through different Artys, which are some apps or the other, what creates the buzz of life is when we can meet people, talk to them, ask them, allow them to point us out. One of the greatest relationships that when I develop them is when they can point their finger into my eye and point out that, Ashish, you could try this. Ashish, you really were miserable here. This was amazing. You can try this next level. Because for me, when I touch and I'm with people, those people matter to me. I have tremendous respect for them and they have respect for me. And that is when there are no cross purposes. There is a unified purpose. Thank you.
Wasn't this brilliant? Where are the claps? Woo. Ashish, thank you so much for such a thought-provoking, speech. Now, let's take a couple of questions. I'm sure there'll be more than couple, but any questions?
Thank you very much, Ashish. Very thought-provoking talk today. The question I have for you is, you come from a film background. How does working in films, where did you get the inspiration for a talk like this? I don't know much about your background other than working in films. So what made you come and talk to us at this forum?
So one of the interesting things about life, and while doing films, one realizes that one plays roles. And any role that we are playing at that point is the most important role in my life. And that's, if we notice, for each one of us. It's a pity that when we ask somebody and say, what do you do? It's very difficult for that person to say, I'm a mother or a father or a brother. But that is an amazingly important role for each one of us. People have played that amazing role in our lives. So somehow we have been dependent on that job description which is there on the visiting card. And for me, it is amazingly freeing when I could get that I'm also an actor, also a speaker, also a father, also a husband. And when we see that as life moves at different points, we get different highs. At different points of the day, different roles come up. So today I'm playing this role.
Brilliant.
You may just make it.
Hello. Hi, Ashish.
Hi.
Yesterday we met with Ronnie Scuba. He was here. Today you were here. So it's a great inspiration for people like us who works in various fields to have people coming from film industry. How we can enhance this platform? Are we doing something? In fact, this question directly, Arty told me to ask you this question actually.
Okay, got it.
So how we can enhance these platforms wherein we can inspire ourselves and look beyond a certain pattern?
So I'm also an actor, so I'm not just coming from the film industry, but I've been a child of an amazing father and an amazing mother. It's just so bad that you people don't know them, like it's like that. So we are too much caught up by this celebrity factor in our lives. And what really inspires me is if we can see the amazing people around us. People, our co-workers, our parents, our family, our friends. And something inspiring happens when we can find inspiring in people around us. We are looking for gurus and somebody coming from outside. And as an actor, an actor continuously is learning from people. People looking here, people scratching their nose, doing anything, and we can get inspired. And HR, I think, is one of the most powerful things because you people are creating the people who are going to run my country. So the private enterprise for me are the people who are going to run my country, and you people are people who are going to nurture those amazing people who are going to run my country. So that's the passion, that's the future which is available. So any which way we can inspire each other.